Voices of a Distant Star, 2002 short film made by Makoto Shinkai, a Japanese animation. It's very, very, very short, only runs for 25 minutes, and takes place in a distant future. It tells the story of a girl who left Earth to go on a space mission far away from the solar system, and a boy, her friend, who was left behind. The pair exchange letters throughout the story, which take longer and longer to make the trip between them, and as the girl keeps jumping further away from Earth. So I have seen one other Makoto Shinkai film before, Your Name, which was perhaps his most famous one so far. It was certainly one of the best movies of 2016, and I don't mean one of the best animated movies, one of the best movies of 2016, period. And you can see a lot of similarities between the two. Your Name also told the story of a girl and boy who had a form of distance between them, and that distance stood in the way of their relationship. Although there are key differences, I thought of Voices of a Distant Star as almost a prototype, a test run of ideas that Shinkai would later develop in Your Name. The film is very melancholic and deals with moving on, with the pain of leaving someone behind, someone you love and someone that loves you too. It deals with loneliness, but that special kind of loneliness which comes from having someone and then losing them. It's sad, but it's also beautiful and poignant, and doesn't really offer nice and simple solutions to the examined problems. It's at the same time philosophical and whimsical. That second part mostly thanks to the visuals of space and other planets. Apart from the story itself, the film also looks similar to Your Name. It's clear that Makoto Shinkai has a distinct style, with a lot of clear shots of the sky, a lot of lens flares. It's quite difficult to define it precisely, but if you see one of his films, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can instantly recognize his style in other works. There's a new one on the way as well, called Weathering with You, and the trailer also looks like another sibling of Voices and Your Name. The visuals here, despite being almost 20 years old, still look pretty good, haven't aged all that much, especially the environments and the movements of characters and spaceships. The one thing I had problems with, though, are characters' faces, because they are here just ugly. There's no other way to put it. Having said all of that, I think the movie is still a hard sell for a typical Western viewer. People are typically reluctant to seeing Japanese animation. I think it's still viewed as immature and weird, and that's a damn shame, because you end up losing on a lot of great art simply because of that refusal to see something that's animated and made in Japan. In any case, if I had to talk to someone that is not yet convinced to that form of filmmaking, I would still recommend Your Name first. It's better in every way. The story and characters are more developed, the visuals are stunning, the plot is more interesting, and the emotional beats hit harder. But if you're looking for that short glimpse into the roots of that story, then by all means, see Voices as well.